You are listening to the It's Your Time podcast, and I'm your host, Certified Life Coach Michelle Arnold Burke. In today's episode, I'm discussing gratitude and next steps. Welcome to the It's Your Time podcast, the podcast where busy professionals like you get the practical solutions and support you need to gain control of your schedule so you can strive to be the best in your career, but without the stress and overwhelm. If you're looking to increase your energy and decrease your stress, you are in the right place. Hello. Welcome back to the podcast, friends. And if you celebrate, happy Thanksgiving. We love Thanksgiving because it is just a chill kind of holiday for us. Now, if you were to ask Mark, he would probably tell you my idea of chilling and his idea of chilling are a little bit different, but that's okay. It works. And I have to tell you, this year we are doing something different. You see, after nearly 5 decades, make that note, not quite yet, but nearly, I had a thought, and Mark was totally on board. Why don't we do something different for dinner? The truth is, I like deli sliced turkey, but not such a huge fan of the turkey as like a dinner. And last year, we did a chicken roaster and all of the fixings, but this year, we are doing lasagna. Mark had an amazing idea because we love lasagna. Why not have it for a holiday that we love? Totally off-brand of what you will be seeing on all the socials, but it is exactly what we want. And guess what? You also have the opportunity to question the traditions that you might be doing that you really don't want to do, and maybe start new traditions. Now, of course, my sister has all sorts of thoughts about how I am cold-hearted and not celebrating Thanksgiving. But listen, that's part of the mind management, right? People also can have thoughts about what you're doing, and that doesn't mean that you have to change your ways. You can start the new traditions that are in alignment with what you most want. And I have to tell you, the idea of being you, of doing you, that has come up a couple of times recently. Last week, I had an amazing opportunity to attend the Women's in Leadership Conference, and I am going to be sharing podcasts in the next coming weeks that will be talking about all of the great information that I learned. But today, I thought it would be nice to just say something about the overarching theme, and maybe it also makes sense because it is one that resonates with this example of Thanksgiving, which is you need to be yourself. So many of the successful women that we're talking about when they started, they talked about how they tried to emulate some of the successful men back in the day, and it just didn't work, which makes sense, right? You are the magic that makes up you, not trying to be someone else. And I get it. I used to try to listen to like the first 10 minutes of the ESPN radio recap of the sports from the night before just to kind of fit in. And then one day a colleague called me out and he was like, "Did you just get that from the ESPN Open?" I was like, "Yep, yes, I did." But that's what a lot of us do, right? We try to pretend we're someone we're not at times, and it just doesn't work. And I want to talk about these successful women that were on stage, and I want to share just some of the names that I really enjoyed hearing because there were a lot of amazing women, but I am going to give you my top 4, and then you can check them out. And then in the coming weeks, like I mentioned, I'm going to dive into each of the concepts or the tools that we worked on for the 4 days. So to start, Jennifer McCullen. She is the CEO of Linkage, and she launched her book at this meeting. The book is titled In Her Voice, Overcoming the Hurdles to Change the Face of Leadership. A lot of what I'll be talking about in the next couple of weeks will revolve around these obstacles. Another person to check out, Carla Harris. She was also a keynote speaker one of the days, and her energy is out of this world. She is the author of Lead to Win, How to Be a Powerful, Impactful, Influential Leader in Any Environment. Amazing. I just loved her. I also loved Maggie Cook. She is the author of Mindful Success, How to Use Your Mind to Transform Your Life. And her story was unbelievable. She grew up in an orphanage. She started Maggie's Salsa Company, which, you know how much I love tacos. I have got to totally check that out. And then she sold it to Campbell's, and now she helps to save children from sex trafficking and from the orphanage. It's like a full circle. And then Molly Fletcher, and I've talked about Molly here before. She has multiple books, but the most recent is The Energy Clock, 3 Simple Steps to Create a Life Full of Energy and Live Your Best Every Day. She also has a great podcast called Game Changers. And for those of you who might not know Molly, some call her the Jerry Maguire in the female world. Now, for some of you listening, you might not know Jerry Maguire. That's okay. Just go ahead and Google search it. She's pretty badass, I would say. So please take the time to check these folks out. I know people are often looking for books to read and inspiration, especially as we're looking to close out the new year and look towards new goals. All of these women were amazing. And check out Linkage. It's a really great company to learn more tips on women in leadership and how they can help you advance in your career. I have to say, I felt so grateful to have the chance to participate in this, along with, if you can believe it, 2,000 other powerhouse women that were in person and another 1,000 virtually. It was just the perfect lead-in to this week, being grateful for that and for so many other things in life, including you being here. And we have been here for 265 episodes. That is a lot of your time, right? It is your time. And I hope that you find it useful. I am so grateful that you are here. And of course, you know, I always say take what works and leave what doesn't. You don't have to agree with everything I say for sure. And the things that we do that resonate, please implement them in your life in a way that best suits you. And as we start to close out this year, I would love to hear from you as to what is important to you looking for the start of next year. Like I said, the next couple of weeks, I will be discussing the tools and concepts from the conference, but I would love to know what you might be struggling with or want help with or simply just want to learn more about. Feel free to send me a DM and I will work on the topics in the upcoming weeks. Also, feel free to just send questions if it's helpful, and then I will also answer them here at Michelle Burke Coaching on the socials. Okay, as we close out, I plan for this to be kind of a short one since it is a holiday, and for many folks, I'm sure routines are likely a bit off, but I just want to say thank you, truly. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrations of emotions, and the more we feel it, guess what? The more we get it back in return. So think about that today. Listen, I get it. Sometimes we might feel like we are just grateful because we woke up. Mama said there'd be days like that, right? I'll spare you the singing. But then on some days, we see immense gratitude in a variety of ways, and we think we can scream from the top of our lungs. I encourage you to take the time to think about 2 to 3 things that you are most grateful for. Not only today, but try it out every day and feel it. You will be rewiring your brain, and in the process, continue to find more things that you are grateful for. It is so much fun. Okay, friends, that's what I have for you today. Have an amazing day. Let's circle back here next week, but for now, make it a great day. Take care. Did you know you can take this work to a deeper level with me one-on-one? Go to michelleburkecoaching.com and click on Get Started to begin.